Well, this is a classic, I think, distraction game. Debra Opri, the only reason why this would be relevant is if he, George, said in pillow talk with this river cruise, oh, it was an accident that snowballed out of control. But we focus so much on his alleged affair. Did the jury forget all about that and is just thinking, well, maybe this George is a cheater, and then, oh, well, he could be a molester too, even though they didn't even ask him about the molestation?
We know that the purpose of this line of questioning is to get Crystal on the stand to say, this is what he told me. So here's what the defense is doing, which troubles me. They are putting up witnesses, i.e. the family members, and then they are basically attacking the credibility of their own witnesses. Now, George gets up and he says, ha, 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 it's a joke, blah, 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 it never happened. He was asked already earlier in the case by the prosecution, I believe, whether he had ever done anything inappropriate with his daughter, and I think he had testified no. So that's not an issue. But the whole summation of this line of questioning is that they're trying to get the big bombshell witnesses up. James, the conduct of George and the mother and Lee are questionable. But the evidence that the defense has to get out is, did George say
Debra,
it was an accident that snowballed out of control?
They are not on trial for murder. Casey is.
But the defense is.
Stand by, expert panel. We're just getting started.
Roy Kronk is a good Samaritan. He had a gut feeling and he followed his instincts despite being rejected over and over by law enforcement. He showed up, he did the right thing, and thank God he did, because but for him, we still might be looking for Kaylee Anthony today.
Debra Opri, what burned me up about this extensive examination, I was sitting there in court. Again, I needed the toothpicks to keep my eyes open. It went on and on and on and on. They never asked Roy Kronk about what they accused him of in opening statements, namely that he hid the body, that he somehow took the body, hid it, and then, I guess, put it back in the same place and then pretended to discover it. We never got into that.
Baez basically destroyed his case with this witness. You don't accuse someone who finds remains of being morally bankrupt and hiding the remains for the reward, and then get him on the stand and don't explore that line of questioning. Baez basically destroyed his own credibility with this witness. This witness, as far as I'm concerned, was pristine. He was honorable, and he basically answered the questions, and I admire him. And just because law enforcement may not have taken him seriously at any point in time doesn't mean that what he saw and what he observed and what reports he made were not accurate. He was a very credible witness in my mind.
All right, Cindy and Lee completely contradict each other on the stand. You just heard it right there. Now, somebody's lying. I don't know who. So Debra Opri, Cindy Anthony took ownership and said, I'm the one who did all those sinister internet searches that the prosecutors are saying points to premeditation, that Casey planned the murder of her daughter. The mother's saying, no, I did all that. But today, her son basically accused her of being a liar about another issue. So do you think, and this was brought out by the defense, do you think that's going to hurt the defense?
Yes.
And if so, why the heck
Yes.
did they do that?
Because the defense is not thinking. They have the strongest arguments with the family members, and then they have them destroying each other's testimony. I don't understand what Mr. Baez is doing. The mother's strongest testimony, which helped the defense, their strongest part, was that the search on the computer for the chloroform chlorophyll was her. And then they put her and Lee on the stand, who's a runaway train, to basically destroy her credibility. And that's what Mr. Baez is doing. One by one, he's taking his key witnesses and destroying their credibility. And I don't know why, other than he has no experience and he has no thought process and control of the theme of his case. Every case needs a theme.
Quick response,
period.
Mark.
Yeah.